Wu up on the mound, his first outing of the season. I think we're all anxious to see what not only does Wu look like today, but just to follow up to an excellent year last year.
And he got him, chasing after a fastball, running away. The first strikeout this season for Bryan Wu. Fouled right back to Cal's glove. 96 again from Bryan Wu, and he strikes out Brent Rooker for out number 2.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
Locked him up. Froze him at 95. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and in from Wu. That's his 5th punch out.
Bryan Wu was excellent in this game. He pitched really well.
Wu getting the assignment today, pitching against his boyhood team up on the mound, trying to avoid the sweep to the hands of the Giants this afternoon.
Wu is definitely going to make you earn it, no doubt about that. One of 9 pitchers last year with more games started than walks.
98 upstairs to Wade. 4 straight heaters and some of the best velo we've seen. A long hold from Wu. Now peak at second. And he got him. Rips it past him at 97. Wu with the good stuff cooking early today against the Giants. Upstairs, 96 mile-an-hour heat. That's his 2nd strikeout.
And I love the location of where his 4-seamer is today. It's at that top rail or just above it.
Luis Matos getting his first start of the series. Hard hit grounder. Bliss able to pick it right there on the cut of the grass and take a hit away from Matos. That ball was scalded, nearly 112. 98 just in off the plate. And Wu gets the call. A hat tip to Cal Raleigh. That's the 4th strikeout for Bryan Wu. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chasing a breaking ball away for out number 1. 2 outs, nobody on. The 1-2. Froze him. 95 over the plate. 6th strikeout today for Wu. A clean 6th inning. Wu getting set for his 3rd start of the season, taking the mound on a Saturday night here inside T-Mobile Park. He gets a swing and a miss on a fastball over the plate. There is out number 2. Here it comes. He froze him on the corner. A heater at 96. Strike 3 called. Some paint down and in on high. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Bryan Wu.
And this ball right on that inside corner and just locks up Jonah Heim.
On the ground, Rivas has it. Little flip to JP, on to first for 2. A very late swing on a fastball up, and some frustration at the plate from Heim in another form. A weak comebacker. Wu runs it halfway. A little game of skee ball for round number 1.
The ball just really jumps out of his hand.
95 upstairs. Another strikeout for Bryan Wu. There's another punch out for Wu. Back-to-back strikeouts, 6 on the night. On a 2-2. Strike 3 called, and what a way to end a dominant night from Bryan Wu. He
released Bryan Wu, making his 4th start of the season. Roden strikes out.
It's good to see Bryan Wu get a fastball right past George Springer. It's been something we haven't seen a lot of swing and miss yet.
And he's gone. 97. Elevated the fastball, got a chase, and the 3rd strikeout tonight for Bryan Wu. That's a 1-2-3 7th for Bryan Wu. He's been mowing him down. That's 9 straight Blue Jays retired.
Start this game before you even take the mound here at Fenway, but for Bryan Wu, man, he has been the most consistent Seattle Mariners starting pitcher, going no less than 6 innings at least every start.
Just in. Oh, he gets the call. Duran strikes out looking. Wu, a sharp start. 3 pitches, his first punch out.
Now 3 pitches, all fastballs at the top of the zone.
And he got him. Bryan Wu, a couple of strikeouts to begin his afternoon. And that fastball is alive today at Fenway. Ooh, look at that swing and a miss. Wow. Abreu strikes out on a 3-2. A swing and a miss. He ties him up with a 2-seamer running down and in. Nothing but fastballs to Christian Campbell. Swing and a miss. Up and out of the zone. 5 strikeouts from Bryan Wu. 1 away. 2-2. And that kind of ran back over the plate, and he gets a strike 3 called on Story. He got him a weak wave and a slider off the plate. Fabulous first 4 innings for Bryan Wu at Fenway Park. swing and a miss as he came in with a breaking ball and picks up his 8th strikeout today.
Tonight, coming off a start earlier this year against the Rangers where he was dominant. 1 run over 7. Down on 3 pitches. Who makes quick work of him? His 4th strikeout. And that's strike 3 called. Fastball up in the zone. Second punch outs for Wu. They sent him down. There's a strikeout for Wu. His 3rd as Langford is retired. And the strike 3 called, and Adolis Garcia is saying, man, we can't get anything to go our way. Strike 3 called, just mowing him down. 5th strikeout for Bryan Wu. Blows it right past him, up and in at 95, and Bryan Wu is spinning a gem. Swing and a miss, and that fastball has been cooking again tonight for Bryan Wu. 7 punch outs. And he puts them away, nearly stumbling on top of home plate. A rising fastball up and in. That's the 8th punch out from Bryan Wu. A Bay Area guy who has just flat out dominated this A's team over the course of his young career.
6-0 with a .72 earning.
Butler goes swinging at a pitch up and out of the zone, and Wu gets his first strikeout.
And I know that sweeper can be really effective, but this right here, that 4-seam fastball is his #1 weapon.
A swing and a miss. Back foot breaking ball there from Wu. He gets Soderstrom, and that strands Wilson's double at second base. Bouncing ball. Tackle. Short right field. Dylan Moore and Tellez on the other end. A fantastic play by the Gold Glover. And helps get the pitch count more in line for Bryan Wu. His first 1-2-3 inning. Lined and a nifty pick by Dylan Moore. Man, that was awesome. Takes a hit away and saves a run. Cal holds on to it, a strikeout for Bryan Wu to begin things here in the home 5th.
Bryan Wu with that sweeper that starts on the outer third of the plate and then breaks off, and Rooker isn't able to allow that ball to travel deep enough.
There goes Brown swinging a weak ground ball, a swinging bunt. Wu off 1 foot. That is a fine play. Bryan Wu, thing of beauty.
That's something he takes a lot of pride in, and it's not like this is a big stretch for him. He was a shortstop in high school, didn't start pitching until late, and that has shortstop written all over it. His ability to just turn and fire that ball without even looking to see where he is in relation to first base.
He put him away with a fastball upstairs, out #1.
Great location on this 2-seamer, in on his hands and above the barrel. Tough pitch to get to, especially after everything he'd been throwing him in this at-bat was down.
Strike 3 called. Off-speed paint on the back door.
This is such a hard pitch. Mentally, you just give up on this sweeper. I mean, it's 16 inches outside, and then he drops it on the outside corner, low and away.
Here comes pitch number 100. And he got him. A fastball from Wu. The invisible, and Pareda can't touch it. Has been the Mariners' most consistent starter overall this year. He makes his 8th start tonight.
It's a simple formula for Wu. Get ahead in counts, go right after guys, then attacking the edges, go to the secondary stuff.
And he puts them away. Good changeup to start the 2nd inning. And he freezes Volpe. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 2nd inning.
He is so hard to guess right on. I mean, yes, you're thinking fastball, but it's not just, okay, I'm guessing right on the fastball. Which fastball are you trying to guess right on?
A wave and a miss. Wu gets judged, chasing off the plate.
Pitch before that 4-seam fastball at 97, and then you have to react 10 miles per hour slower to that sweeper that starts on the outer half, and you just look, and there's no way.
A swing and a miss, up and out of the zone. Wu strikes out Judge, and now Bellinger to begin the 4th inning.
So deceptive. You think you can get the barrel to it, and then it just continues to rise above.
Swing and a miss. That fastball is alive tonight for Bryan Wu. He has sat down the last 13 Yankees in a row. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat from Wu. And he got him, puts him away with a high fastball.
It's a 4-seam fastball at the top of the zone that he can't get his barrel to, and that's really something because Vivas is a guy that is really good at making contact.
Dan Wilson is going to his bullpen now that the Yankees have the tying run in scoring position. Well, the Mariners needed this kind of a start tonight from Bryan Wu against the game's best lineup, and Bryan Wu, did he ever deliver tonight inside T-Mobile Park.
And the
best and most consistent starter for the Mariners this year.
Absolutely. Talking about that last start, gave up that double in that first inning against the Yankees and then retired 15 straight.
He locked him up. Fastball up and in, and Merrill caught looking. This is the 8th pitch. And he gets him on the corner. Second strikeout looking from Bryan Woo. He just dots up that changeup. 3-2 from Woo. He fouls it back to the glove of Garver. 97 just off the plate.
Swung on and missed. He went twisting away at a vicious slider out of the zone. Another strikeout for Woo. His 4th of the day. He's retired 7 in a row. Bryan Woo is grooving.
Jackson Merrill, a ground ball. Rivas ranging, gets there, throws in time. Dynamite play, Leo Rivas. Bryan Woo and the Mariners. Man, are they playing a good game on a Sunday in San Diego.
Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called, freeze him. Upper rung, 94, zipped it by him. Bryan Woo dominant in San Diego.
Will be the man facing them. He's been the Mariners' best starting pitcher so far this year.
Yeah, he's been really good. Look at that 2.65 ERA.
And he locks him up, down and away. Some paint from Woo to begin his afternoon. A little sword at the top of the zone. 95. He put him away. Swing and a miss. He puts them away with a little bit of spin, and Jake Myers is retired.
Right there.
Look at that.
He dots it up, down and in. Hits the corner. Ground ball. He lets Rivas handle it. Tough play. And Solano able to get it at first base to cap the day for Bryan Woo.
Happy dad right there.
Woo goes 6 innings yet again, every time out this year. Woo is up on the mound tonight for the Mariners, making his 11th start this year.
With that 5-2 record and an ERA of 2.6.
Here's a 2-2. He really tied him up on a 97-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Swing and a miss. 97 paint on the inner edge. Bryan Woo strikes out his college teammate. An all-star first half so far, has simply been one of the best starting pitchers in all of baseball. A 2.82 ERA. Right back up the middle. Crawford down to his knees, pops up, and he takes a hit away from Jackson Holliday. One away.
Well, the infield has really shined defensively in this series. We've seen Cole lay out to his left and his right a few times. And right here, JP. But he gets him over at first.
He got him. Rips it past a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. A swing and a miss at a fastball up and out of the strike zone. Bryan Woo, a 1-2-3 second inning. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball strikes out Henderson. Strike 3 call. Well, Hearn not too pleased with that. EQC Tracer shows it in off the plate. Maybe call it even after that. Strike 3 call. 97 burns the outer black. Another strikeout for Bryan Woo. He goes around.
And a nice tight slider by Bryan Woo. He gets him to chase.
Today for the Mariners.
Bryan's coming off allowing 4 earned runs in 6 innings against the O's on Thursday. He was originally scheduled to start on Tuesday, and hopefully that extra day's rest will help him out here.
And here's the pitch on the way. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. Strike 3. So Bryan Woo with a strikeout, and Suarez is still standing at home plate talking with Scott Berry. He said, "Did I go?" And he said, "Yes, you did."
I didn't think Gino was going to leave.
No, he didn't want to leave. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. Bryan Woo with strikeouts number 1 and 2 here in the bottom half of the second.
Woo fields this. Trips as he looks, and now side tosses over to first base, and Solano makes the catch. Well, that was almost a disaster. Woo able to keep his feet barely.
Bryan Woo is so athletic. He takes a look, and when he does, he loses his balance, but that is just so impressive. Little 360 spin, and a really nice job of Donovan Solano to go across the baseline and adjust to that throw.
Now they're racing back. Polanco makes the catch, and Thomas retreats. With the infield in, that was a little bit more of an adventure than it normally would be.
As we mentioned, the infield was drawn in, so he's on the cut of the grass. And, obviously,
Demo out there in right field. He's playing in normal position. So look how far Polanco goes to get this one.
He does exactly that. Back foot breaking ball. Strikes out Josh Naylor.
I like this. He had thrown the slider early in the count, but had gone away from it and was throwing him fastballs, and then comes back and gets it with the slider. A really good movement on this pitch today.
Swung on a chopper to second base. Polanco has it. Sidearm tossed to first to get the out, and the inning is over, but not before a lot of damage. 5 on the board, including a grand slam by Suarez in the 6th.
His turn in the rotation, making his 14th start. He has gone at least 6 innings every start so far this year.
Now, this has been the toughest stretch for him. The last 4 going 0-3 with a 5.11 ERA.
The 0-2. And he got him, swinging upstairs. First punch out tonight for Bryan Woo. Caps a scoreless first inning. Swing and a miss. He takes care of Story on 3 pitches. The strikeouts have been a problem for the veteran shortstop this year.
It really has. You see Bryan Woo starting to find a little bit of rhythm here in the 2nd inning. Back and forth early, trying to find that strike zone.
As he whips on that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 3rd strikeout for Bryan Woo, who has gone through the order for the first time now.
I've seen the effect on both these fastballs. A couple ground balls on that sinker, then this. And that's when Bryan Woo is living in that spot right there, good things happen.
Weak tapper, bare hand, Woo on to first. This is a team that strikes out quite a bit, among the most in baseball. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. 4th strikeout for Woo.
That's the changeup down and away. Pitch can be such a weapon to lefties when he gets to that part of the strike zone.
Saws him off. A slow ground ball, bare hand play. J.P. Crawford, all kinds of time. 11 in a row sat down by Bryan Woo with a little bit of help from that Gold Glover behind him.
And Bryan Woo is rolling. He's retired 11 in a row. The Red Sox go quietly in the 4th. Mariners leading 5-0 over Boston.
Look at that heater.
He strikes him out. 2 away. His 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. He dots him up, down and in. Dominant stuff once again tonight for Bryan Woo. 6 scoreless. He has sat down 17 of the last 19 Red Sox hitters. Tellez. Down to Crawford. Rowdy back to first base and a double play. And that wipes away that leadoff walk. Suddenly 2 away.
I mean, Bryan Woo, there's only been a couple times where he's barely broken a sweat. Again, that walk here in the 7th inning. Long at bat to Narvaez. 1 pitch later, ground ball. It's his 7th ground ball of the day. And you saw that stat there, 14 straight, 6+. And you think about all the injuries, and Bryan Woo's been that one guy who, through all of that, going 6+ pretty much every 5th day. It's pretty unbelievable.
On the ground, over to J.P. Crawford, circles around it. What else can you say about Bryan Woo? Nearly no hit stuff tonight from inside T-Mobile Park. Just 1 single hit and 7 scoreless hung tonight against the Red Sox. On the opening game of the series tonight for the Mariners.
The 2-2 again, swing and a miss, making a foul tip into Cal's glove for strike 3. Woo with his first strikeout of the ball game.
A wave and a miss, chasing a fastball, running away from him. 2nd strikeout from Bryan Woo. A wave and a miss on a fastball. 3rd punch out for Woo.
And the right-handers 2-2 to Buxton. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he got him. Woo eventually strikes out the side here in the bottom half of the 2nd, and the Twins leave 2 stranded. Strikeouts number 2, 3, and 4 for Bryan Woo tonight.
97 right there at the knees for the punch out.
Swung on and missed. Got him. 96 upstairs. Clemens rips through. That's the 6th strikeout for Woo. Swung on and missed. Blows it by him. 97 upstairs. That's the 7th strikeout. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. He strikes out the side. 8 punch outs for Bryan Woo.
And he struck him out. Bryan Woo has matched a career best 9 strikeouts tonight against the Twins. He's punched the last 4 batters tickets, in fact, all in a row.